wolves! They're eating the wounded! The cry rang out from both sides of the fighting, both sides of the engagement. You see, while the Russians and the Germans were fighting one another, the wolves snuck in. Gigantic wolves, emaciated, starving, but still huge and powerful. They snuck in under the cover of the fighting, over the sound of the weapons and the smoke in the air. Nobody knew the wolves were there until they made their charge. You see, the rear is where they keep the wounded, people that had been hurt already in this war, some of them grievously so, were tended in the rear. The wolves had snuck up and they attacked those men. Most of those men were in cots or they were down low on the ground. The wolves sprang on them. One German man later said this: as he turned, before he realized what was going on, he saw one of his men on the ground struggling with 3 wolves. The man had been wounded earlier, one of his legs, but the wolves had opened him up. They were actively eating the man. The German took aim and he fired, each shot taking down one of the wolves. They all fell, actively eating the man, and others soon took its place. People were climbing up onto vehicles trying to get away. And during this, your enemies, people that you were fighting only moments before, you're helping up off the ground, because you realized in that moment humanity either banded together or had lost. These wolves were there to eat everybody. They didn't care about the war. They didn't care about one side or the other. The wolves were trying to fill their bellies with man flesh, and man was trying to keep out of the wolves' mouths. Anything went. They had grenades, flamethrowers, automatic weapons. They were all being turned on the wolves. Bodies, piles of wolves, yet they kept coming in. Some historians believe that there was well over 100, maybe even a super pack of 1,000 wolves there that day. These wolves were pushed from Bohemia and Lithuania because of the war, because of lack of food. And they were on a rampage. The rampage ended when the last wolf was deleted, pretty much. The wolves had fallen on the wounded, filling their bellies, some slinking off. Others were even eating the wolves that were on the ground, deleted as well. It was horrifying for any of the people that lived through it to witness it. There are many accounts out there, and none of them are tame by any comparison. I've tried to tame mine down quite a bit.